I'm Allison. Thank you for joining me for Where I'm From 253 with Lynn. What have you been reading? I just read Lena Dunham's memoir, Famesick. I wanted to read it because I read her first memoir and I loved girls, and I was curious, and I obviously no memoir is perfect. I thought it was a worthwhile read, and I just in general am sort of overwhelmed by the amount of hate she gets online, and I am curious if anyone out there has read it and your thoughts on it. I've encouraged some other people to read it because I want to talk to them about it, and one of my good friends has read it, so we discussed it. But I thought it was a great service to anyone living with endometriosis, which many of my friends do, and just somebody who is becoming disabled in the public eye. I think it's incredibly difficult, and I don't think people want to engage with it. So I thought it was a powerful about that. So I don't know where Lynn is, so I might start over so that people don't I was just talking about what I read, Lynn. Just read Lena Dunham's Famesick. Don't know if you've read it. If you have, I'd be curious to see what you thought. Hello.
I'm here. I was like, I'm
here. Then that was pretty quick, actually. Yeah. I always get a little self-conscious where I'm like, oh, people don't really need to listen to my whole thing. Although I do feel that way. I think her book is it.
There was a delayed notification. Like I literally just got the notification that you went live. So it didn't. I kept checking, and it didn't look like you were live. So right. It's not you.
Okay. Well,
it's
I was
Mark
just saying
Zuckerberg.
So many. I just read this book. Have you read Lena Dunham's book?
I haven't.
Okay. I was just saying that I just read it, and no, it's okay. It's just it's a book a lot of people have read. Lots of times books I'm reading no one's read, but this one a lot of people have read. So anyway, I was just saying that I think she does a lot of people who live with endometriosis and other like she does them a great service by talking about what that's like and how difficult it is to get healthcare as a woman and how difficult it is to become disabled and how nobody wants to engage with that.
Nope. Yep.
So I'm glad she's out there. She sure does get a lot of hate, which I just find outsized to what she's doing.
Dumb.
I'm like,
I know.
Can we give this woman a break? I mean, you don't need to read her book if you hate it.
I know. And just like, can we talk about Pete Hegseth? Like, why?
Right. Yeah. Has she murdered anyone? No. Okay.
As far as we know.
Right. I think she would tell us, actually.
She would tell us. She wouldn't brag about it.
She wouldn't
say it was because she didn't have enough testosterone.
So anyway, how are you? I just read your poem.
Okay.
I'm excited to hear you read it and to have you join me. So is there anything you'd like to say before you read your poem?
No. Yeah, I mean, I think
it's not a trick question.
I know.
You can just say no. It's fine.
I'm like, do we plan a thing, right? No.
No.
Let me just get it in front of me. I just want to say it's a little indulgent because it's longer than a bunch of the other ones that have been done. And I'm usually the person, like I will die on this hill. No speech needs to be longer than 5 minutes. No speech, no story. Like once in a blue moon, maybe the State of the Union, but it depends who's president. Like other than that, like everything can fit into 5 minutes. My poem is definitely under 5 minutes, but my like far under 5 minutes. But my point is, I'm usually a stickler for length, and but I was just like, I've never written anything like this before, so hear me out.
Yes.
So it was fun.
Good. I mean, it's supposed to be fun or enjoyable or, something like that.
Yeah,
so yes,
it was.
Indulge
all
yourself.
Those things.
There's no grade at the end. So
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. Do I just do it?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. And now I'm like, is it under 5? It's definitely under 5 minutes. Okay.
I'm not going to time you.
It definitely is. Okay.
Yeah.
Here, I have it right here. Okay. Where I'm from by Lynn Harris. I am from let's start over. You'll fix it in post, right? You can do that with Instagram Live, right? You can fix it later. Okay, fine. Okay, the word I have to say is Drobnin. So I'm going to say it now. Drobnin.
Right.
Okay, here we go.
Tricky.
Tricky.
Yeah.
I am from Drobnin, a town in Poland where the Jewish community is now I messed it up again. Jewish cemetery. Okay, here we go.
You start out with a real bang, to be honest.
I know. It's like I go right in. It's just like Holocaust.
Yeah,
there's no
prep. You're just like, here we are.
Here we are.
Where I'm from.
Jewish cemetery.
Yeah.
Yep. That's no longer there.
Right.
Anyway, there's jokes. Don't worry. Okay. Okay. I am from Drobnin, a town in Poland where the Jewish cemetery is now a soccer field. I am from a family where all but one cousin was murdered by the Nazis. No poetry there. I am from that cousin, Regina, who found my mother's family in New York after the war and who now has a great-grandchild on the way, so fuck you, Nazis. I am from Georgia, the American one, since before the revolution, the American one. I am from Great Aunt Bessie, who said she was 300 years old because she lived in 3 centuries. And she gave her name to my first child. I am from my dad, who moved away from Georgia, converted to Judaism and lost the accent, but was always a snob about peaches. I am from Lexington, Massachusetts, a tough place to grow up, in 1775. I am from a Steinway grand and always opera on the radio, but also the Muppets on television. I am from all the languages my dad spoke and studied and all the countries he taught in. I am from my mom's red editing pencil. I am from litters of kittens and 2 big dogs. I am from a line of green thumbs. I am from chopping the onions and garlic and then deciding what to cook. I am from an all-girls school and still sick of boys. Not all boys, but most boys. I am from and for smashing the patriarchy. I am from college in New Haven, which, Yale. I am from Prince and Dolly Parton and women's a cappella. I am now from Boston and New York, dual citizenship. I am from a line of women who married a mensch and had great kids. See what I did there? I am from Carol Burnett and Lucille Ball and finding truth and justice through laughter, and also just laughter through laughter. I am from becoming a parent and caring for 4 aging parents and other loved ones through their death. I am from packing up my childhood and selling my house, letting things go. I am from parents and friends and children and colleagues and husband, singular, who are still shaping my Judaism, my humor, my cooking, my rage, and this poem.
Well, that's under 5 minutes.
Thank you. Yeah, it was. Thank you.
Yeah, I thought it was, well, what was it like for you to write it?
I think I've literally never written poetry, but I mean, I probably, I did like in the high school, in like the haiku exercise in middle school, but
acrostic poem.
Right, but I do. But I do a lot of like, writing and sort of writing for saying it out loud writing.
Yes.
If this had been just for like the paper,
yes,
that would have been harder for me because I would have overthought like poetry, and I would have had to think like, what did I learn about E.U. Cummings, and like where are the line breaks, and what does it all mean? But this was fun to be able to do. On the one hand, something I know how to do, which is I love to write short sentences with not very many adjectives and adverbs. But I also am not used to doing it in a non-storytelling, like in something without a beginning, middle, and an end. I mean, this has because I did it chronologically, which I didn't have to, but I did. Right. So it had like some familiarity and some challenges, and it was fun. It was like a fun way to. This is dark.
Yeah,
but it reminded me. Yeah, it reminded me of my husband and I have this like document that I'm working on that has like all the stuff that my husband needs to know if God forbid I die. and like bank account, I mean, facts, like where things are, and like but then there's also like subjective stuff, like who to call to clean out my closet, because I trust only certain friends, to know what to give away and what's an important, Chaparral sweater. And it reminded me of like things I sometimes joke. I'll be like, put that in my eulogy, and like joking, but like, make sure you mention I love to garden, and so it reminded me of like, and not like, it's not like flattering things, it's just things, like you can't eulogize me without mentioning Dolly Parton or whatever, whatever it is. So, so it reminded me of like making a list that I'm working on in that guide, of like, just like the snapshot things, they're not good, they're not bad. They're just, the things that kind of, I'm in my son's room, but like the things that like all together are like the snapshots that like make all of a piece. So to think of them in my head, to sort of list them, like this poem is not complete, if I don't mention Prince or whatever, was kind of, it felt like the fun kind of eulogy.
Because you're left.
Right.
Yes. And I think it's a great document for that. I mean, that's part of what I love about it, is that
Good point.
I meet someone and they tell me these things, which I'm that person at a party who's like, tell me something that is not what you do for a living or whatever, or I don't really care. I'd much rather hear something like this.
That's a good point.
It's been a joy for me for that reason. And I thought it was, I don't know if the word resilient is the right word, because I think it's overused and not used properly a lot. But I thought that your poem is about like how if you just survive, you can build something. You can heal. You can make a big difference. And sometimes when you're in the midst of surviving, that feels insurmountable. But that, I mean, your family member did.
Yeah. And look at us now.
Yeah.
No, but really, no, it's really true. It's really, really true. Yeah.
And it's heartbreaking. I mean, it's heartbreaking. The story is heartbreaking, and it's heartbreaking watching it, be reenacted in different ways. The people being persecuted and murdered, survival.
Yeah, totally. I if I was going to add more, which it doesn't need any more, it does not need any more. But I remember now, it occurred to me that there was something I was going to put in that I forgot, which was, I mean, the experience of cleaning out my parents' house was much more than this, but one of the details was realizing, well, I knew this, but knowing that I had to go through everything, because my mom, remember, this was Lexington, Massachusetts in the 70s. My mom had hidden stuff from the Nazis. So generational trauma. So I had, so I had I had to go through, and I was going to do that as like a callback, but I was like, actually, you know what? I did think of it, and then I decided not to put it in, because I was like, that's enough Nazis for one short poem. But seriously, like I found, like I was going through. I remember I found this. I was cleaning out the attic, and I was exhausted, and I had there's one more garbage bag that was full of old falling apart shoes, and jellies from the 80s and stuff that had been thrown in the attic. And I'm like, I was like, I'm just gonna put it in the car and take it to the bin at my old school and just throw it in. And a little voice in my head was like, you have to go through the bag. And so I was like, shoe, just looking, and I shoe, clink, 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 found a gold bracelet and an espadrille.
I know.
So,
I mean, I hear that. Hiding things in stuff, I think, is a very old fashioned, because they didn't trust banks, which makes sense. And I may do that from time to time myself. So good for you for checking. And it was also making me think of you saying the generational trauma. I was literally just watching a thing about epigenetics yesterday, and the woman the reason that the scientist who studies it, the reason she started was because of Holocaust survivors' children saying, I have nightmares about the Holocaust. Even though they didn't live it. And she was curious about why.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and I mean, this field didn't even exist when we were
Right.
like even 20 years ago. And I
Yep.
just think how little we knew about trauma growing up.
Yep.
And so it's real.
Yeah. Yep. Thank God we know more. Yep.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was very much like snap out of it back in the day. And thank God it's not anymore. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it doesn't shock me that that's where your poem started, even though that's not where you personally started.
No, that's like my immediate, like my
Yeah.
foundational
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's a foundational experience having, and that there's not even a place you can go to remember it physically if you wanted to. It's a soccer
You could go
field.
to Auschwitz.
Yes, you could.
I mean, not to be flip, my kids have both been. I haven't yet. I'm
I
working
have
up to it.
been, not to
Yeah.
Auschwitz, but a different concentration camp. It is
Yeah.
I mean, and I have no personal connection to it, and it is still an incredibly difficult experience.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine what that would be like with a personal connection.
Yeah. My mom went once. They went like my parents went on a trip with their synagogue, which is like the only circumstance under which they would have done it. And then after that, my mom was like, didn't need to have done that.
Right.
You know, fortunately they had the rest of the trip. Like they got to go to Prague, but my kids have done it. My kids have both done it. Our synagogue does it. We call it the trauma trip, but they also go to, like, they start in Berlin, and Berlin has done like a wonderful job of being responsible and memorializing and really like nationally processing in a way that we here in America have not even begun to with slavery or Native Americans. I mean, it's not even so.
No, it's so
so
politically
they
charged, unfortunately, even instead of just being about the humanity and the immense healing that would be in it for everyone.
Yeah.
To acknowledge these horrific foundational events of this country. I think it's just, it's unfortunate that healing is seen as political, but it is. So
it's just,
there you have it.
So, but I'm glad my kids did. We'll go one of these days. We will with the right,
you'll treat yourself.
Right group. Yeah. I mean, I want to go to Prague too. So,
that part I understand. But I do think
I'm also
that's
not
a real
as close
thing.
to it. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm also not as close to it as my mom. I mean, she literally like Regina was like 21 and my mom was like, 10, whatever it was. Let's see, 37. Yeah, about 10. And so she would like listen at the keyhole. When Regina would tell my grandparents all her stories and stuff. So it was, and she, she spent until she got married. She lived with my mom's parents on the Upper West Side, or really like very Upper West Side. It was there until she got married. So, it was formative for my mom. So I'm of course one very much one step removed, but still.
Yes. Well, anything else about the poem? Or your experience, or anything at all that you would like to share?
This has just popped into my head. I don't want to make it all about this, but this is wild. This brings it back to kind of like writing, I guess, which is I was with Gina Green. We co-hosted the podcast for the Forward that was about the Bintel Brief, which was their still running advice column. And I realized through that connection that I had access to the then wonderful person who was the archivist. And I forget if she asked me, I forget how, I don't remember how it happened exactly, but she somehow I said, well, actually, the way Regina found my grandparents was was through the way everyone did. They had an interlocutor place an ad for them in the forward that said, like, my name is so and so, I'm seeking, and then you put in anything you knew about those people. And so I told this, which is not, I mean, in this context, it's not unusual. Everyone did that.
Right.
And so I
Right.
asked Hannah Pollock was her name. I asked Hannah, I can't remember how it came to be, but I wound up asking Hannah, and she was like, give me a minute. And a couple days later, they found a digitized version of the actual ad that was placed for my cousin in the forward.
It's amazing.
I mean,
Yeah.
wow. So that's, I mean, so thank you, Hannah Pollock and the staff of the forward. But it wasn't, but they have all of them. I mean, you know, they just have them, but somehow they're brilliant about how they index it and they're able to locate it. So yeah. How about that?
I mean, that must have been, I don't know, a moment.
It was
very
a moment.
Powerful. Yeah.
Showed it to her daughters, and you know, I'm very close to. We have a pool party with them every year. That's this weekend. Cousins pool party.
I am very grateful for all the work that historians and archivists do to keep these stories alive, because it's very important.
Yeah.
So that's incredible work, and that it's so personal. You know, that it, like you say, this is an incredible thing that happened to you personally, but it happened all over to so many families.
Well, it was every day. There were hundreds every day. You know. Yeah. Ooh, how about that?
Yeah. Way to go, Hannah. Well, I mean, I don't know how you top that. So anything else?
I wasn't trying to win
no.
the Instagram Live. I wasn't trying to shut it down.
But do you want to share anything about the work you do? Because you do a lot of it.
Sure.
It's run comedy related, which you could really, I mean, imagine from this conversation.
Well,
although a lot of that comedy is born out of that. I mean, I think there is that relationship, right?
Oh, totally.
It's true for me. I mean, part of the reason I survived is because I laughed at the absurdity of it all.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to, but when you do, it can
sure
be very helpful.
Yeah. Sure does help.
Yeah. I've been in and around comedy my whole life.
And you talk about your home.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The Muppets, Carol Burnett.
Oh my God, which those are such memories for me too. The reruns of I Love Lucy and the Carol Burnett show and the Muppets, and just like the thing about the Muppets was how warm and like cozy they were, but also hilarious, which is a very difficult thing to do. That we all just were lucky enough to just have with us as little kids.
I know. Did you see the new special? It's amazing. It's amazing. Oh my God. It is such a homage. Like it's Seth Rogen and those guys like nailed it. Like nailed the vibe entirely. That same kind of the same vaudeville style humor, the old fashioned, you know, the same heart. It's just such good jokes. Such good jokes. Run, don't walk. Anyway, so I've been in and around comedy all my life. I was a journalist. I do storytelling. I just won the Moth for the first time, finally. And thank you. And I run Gold Comedy, which is the online at Gold Comedy on Instagram, which is the online comedy school and professional network and content studio where women and non-binary creators and others are able to build comedy careers and also like comedy passion projects and side hustles and join this powerful community and make funny stuff that actually gets seen on all kinds of stages and screens. So that's what I do now. And we're just trying to, you know, it matters because comedy is a job and women are people. And it also matters because comedy is a cultural force. So we care who makes it. So we're trying to, just be part of that.
Yes. Wonderful. Glad you're doing it. Comedy is very powerful and it's made my life. And when I say survive, I was physically going to survive, but I mean like emotionally and creatively and holistically. I think that laughing and it has been, and, you know, and I have laughed about a lot of things that people don't find funny. And I think that is, you know, a thing. And it's helped me find, like, as I've grown older, I've realized, oh, this is important to me. Like, I need people in my life who can laugh.
Yeah.
Like, it's really difficult because there's a lot of people who just can't.
Yeah.
laugh.
Yeah. And they'll have their own thing for,
Yep.
for muddling through. But yeah, I'm of the firm belief that there is literally no topic that you can't
Right.
make a joke about. It's just that the tougher the topic, the better the joke has to be. And
Yeah.
it typically, the best jokes then are not about the the actual topic or the
Mhm.
victim of the topic or the harm or the, I should say,
Yeah.
the harmed, let's put
Yeah.
it that way.
Yeah.
But they are about, like, how do we get here and how do we react to it and why did that happen and why do we not take this seriously and all the ripples around it.
Yes. Yes.
And so that stuff is, but again, it's totally, it's possibly maybe the most rich opportunity for comedy in some ways, but it's also the most challenging because, yeah, I mean, Judy Gold says this, like, you can talk about anything, but it better be funny.
Yeah. And I mean, lots of times the laughing is just amongst people who are harmed in the same way. It's not
Correct.
necessarily jokes. It's just like, can you believe this? And they
Yes.
can, because it's also happened to them. And
Yep.
often the synchronicity of the harmed is uncanny, the
Yeah.
things that you've experienced. So I think
Yeah.
that is helped me a lot in my life.
Good. I'm
Yeah.
glad.
Yeah.
Yay.
So
Yay, comedy.
yeah, I mean, I love it. So thank you for all you're doing, and thank you for
A
joining me.
pleasure. Oh my gosh, my pleasure. Thank you for
Yeah.
having me. This is fun.
Oh, good. I'm glad. Okay. Well, have a lovely day, Lynn, and enjoy your pool
Thank
party.
you. Oh, yes. Thank you. Thanks so
Okay.
much.
Okay.
Take
Bye.
care.
You too.
Bye bye.